defending, but there are those right now that are questioning whether you can withstand the big man.
I don't care about those people, man. I don't care about those people that aren't stark-raving Hulkamaniacs. I could care less what they think.
He once earned more than the entire WWE roster, combined. Yet at one point, Hulk Hogan was nearly homeless. From broken friendships to billion-dollar mistakes and a leaked tape that rewrote media law. This is the side of Hulk Hogan you've never seen. The final fact might just change how you see him forever. If you had Hogan's fame in the 80s, would you survive it? Comment with one word: icon, or overrated. Let's settle the debate in the comments. What if wrestling's biggest icon was never supposed to happen? When Vince McMahon was mapping out the future of WWE in the early 80s, Hulk Hogan wasn't even on the shortlist. He was seen as too rebellious, too unpredictable, a liability rather than a leader. But Hogan's charisma didn't wait for permission. Crowds erupted for him before any deal was signed. Sometimes greatness forces the door open. The biggest legends? They don't get chosen, they make themselves chosen. Never wait to be picked. Build the thing that can't be ignored. It started with a fake fight, but it almost turned real. When Hogan appeared in Rocky III as Thunderlips, it wasn't just a movie role. That brief cameo turned him into a global name overnight. Studios panicked when Hogan's intensity bruised Stallone for real. The scene was electric, so was the fallout. One small role turned into a career explosion. Hollywood wanted him, but wrestling needed him. The right moment, even for seconds, can rewrite your whole trajectory. Terry Bollea didn't scream, "main event." That was Hulk Hogan's birth name, the man beneath the mustache and bandana. Promoters knew it wouldn't sell arenas, so they pitched something louder, larger than life. Hulk Hogan, inspired by comic book heroes. At first, Hogan hated it. It felt cartoonish, fake. But when the crowd chanted it, he transformed. A name isn't fake if you make it mean something real. He built a brand so powerful, people forgot Terry ever existed. It was the line that launched a legend, but it wasn't his. "What you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you?" became Hogan's battle cry, but those words were improvised by a ring announcer during a backstage skit. At first, Hogan thought it sounded corny. The crowd didn't agree. They roared. Merch flew off shelves. You don't need to invent every idea, just make it unforgettable. Sometimes, the most iconic lines are born in chaos. In 1994, Hulk Hogan took the witness stand and shook the wrestling world. The US government was trying to take down Vince McMahon over steroid distribution, and Hogan was their star witness. He admitted to using steroids. Fans were stunned. It nearly ended his career and his friendship with Vince. Truth has weight, but hiding it is heavier. He survived the backlash, but it left scars on everyone involved. There was a time Hulk Hogan couldn't get booked anywhere in America. After the steroid scandal, TV networks, advertisers, and even wrestling promoters distanced themselves. His wholesome image had shattered. But he wasn't done. He reinvented himself, overseas. In Japan, he wrestled sold-out arenas as if nothing had happened. When one door slams shut, kick open a better one. Exile didn't end Hulkamania, it evolved it. At his peak, Hulk Hogan had an empire. Pay-per-view royalties, merch deals, and endorsements made him one of the richest athletes on earth, with over $140 million in the bank. Then came the spiral. A brutal divorce settlement, lawsuits, and mismanaged investments drained nearly everything. He later admitted he didn't even know where most of the money went. Fame is loud, financial literacy is silent, but critical. Even icons can go broke when the spotlight fades. A leaked tape led to one of the most explosive lawsuits in media history. When Gawker published Hogan's private footage without his consent, he fought back and won a staggering $140 million verdict. But behind the scenes, Silicon Valley billionaire Peter Thiel secretly funded the case to destroy Gawker, a site that had outed him years before. It worked. Gawker folded. Hogan was vindicated. Privacy isn't optional. It's the last battle celebrities still fight. That trial didn't just change his life, it changed digital media forever. If this shocked you so far, you haven't even heard the wildest part. Coming up: reality shows, broken friendships, near paralysis, and a WrestleMania almost comeback. Hit like if you're learning something new, and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Hogan could have joined Stallone on screen again, but he said no. When The Expendables was casting aging action stars for one last hurrah, Stallone reportedly reached out. Hogan declined over creative control issues. That decision stunned fans and producers. The rift between them never fully healed. Pride can protect your legacy or poison your future. Hogan later admitted, "It's one of the only calls he regrets." Hogan Knows Best was a surprise TV hit until it imploded. The cameras followed every detail of Hogan's family life. But after his son's devastating car crash and the leaking of Hogan's private footage, the show became a symbol of celebrity overexposure. Viewers stopped watching, sponsors backed out, the illusion of the perfect family shattered under the spotlight. When you sell your privacy, you can't buy it back. Hogan later called the show a huge mistake in hindsight. Before MMA exploded into mainstream fame, UFC made Hogan an offer. They wanted his voice, his charisma, to help sell early pay-per-views. But Hogan declined, saying it was too violent, too unpredictable. Ironically, UFC rose while pro wrestling's ratings dipped. That one, no, may have changed both industries. Every missed opportunity echoes louder over time. He admitted later, "If I'd known then what I know now." Hogan once came dangerously close to becoming Vince McMahon's biggest threat. After leaving WWE, he considered launching his own league, with billionaire backing and former wrestling stars lined up. But investors pulled out last minute, scared of lawsuits and Vince's power. The plan collapsed days before launch. Big dreams die fast without serious backing. He later joined TNA Wrestling, but it never reached WWE-level dominance. They were legends in the ring, enemies outside of it. Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage were once inseparable, but a real-life rift tore them apart. Savage believed Hogan betrayed him professionally and personally. They stopped speaking for years. When Savage passed, Hogan said he cried at the funeral. Grudges can outlive the people who hold them. Savage's brother later claimed Hogan always wanted to reconcile, but waited too long. Behind the smiles and flexing was a man living in pain. Hogan endured over a dozen spinal surgeries after decades of body slams and leg drops. Some left him unable to walk unassisted. He lost feeling in parts of his legs. At one point, doctors warned one wrong step could leave him paralyzed. The spotlight doesn't protect you from the damage it demands. He says wrestling gave him everything, and took a piece of him back. Yup, Hulk Hogan made a rock album. In the mid-90s, he released Hulk Rules with his band, the Wrestling Boot Band. The project flopped, but decades later, it became an internet cult classic. He even toured Japan as a bassist in the 80s. The man really lived like a cartoon character. Not every passion has to pay off, some are just for fun. Ironically, the album went viral years after he gave up music. When Brooke Hogan entered the pop world, Hulk stepped in as manager. He thought he was protecting her. Instead, he ended up suffocating her career. Over-involved and overbearing, Hogan's presence pushed away labels and shaped public perception. Brooke later said she just wanted a normal life. Sometimes fame isn't inherited, it's rejected. You can't pass down a legacy someone didn't ask for. The two are close today, but she walked her own path. From record-breaking fame to lawsuits, betrayal, and near paralysis, Hulk Hogan's life is more than just body slams and catchphrases. It's a cautionary tale wrapped in legacy and reinvention. Every shocking fact we explored today shows that being a legend doesn't mean being flawless. What surprised you most about Hogan's journey? Let us know in the comments, and don't miss our next deep dive into another larger-than-life figure whose story might just be even wilder than this one.